Cipla climbs more than 1.5% after brokerage firm Kotak upgrades the stock to buy from ad, citing a slew of decent launches lined up in the US over the next few years as a positive, among other factors.
Quest Corp rallies nearly 10% after brokerage firm Antique initiates coverage on the stock with a buy rating. They also set their target price at 1,000 rupees, citing the company could be a beneficiary of strong hiring trends across various segments, among other growth drivers.
Gravita is up more than 3%, 6% now. Sources say the company plans to raise up to 1,000 crore rupees via a QIP.
Piramal Pharma, Afcons and Delivery all climb after brokerage firm initiates coverage on the stock. JM Financial, they have a buy rating with the target price of Piramal Pharma much higher. Investec as well initiated a buy on Afcons. Equirus is bullish on Delivery. They as well initiated a long call. All these three stocks reacting positively to the brokerage notes.
PBR Inox surges more than 3%. The stock is out of F&O ban.
Hello and welcome to Chartbusters. I'm Nigel. With me is Mangalam. And, as we speak, actually, the markets, Mangalam, have moved to the low point of the day. So we'll be chatting with Shilpa in just a bit. This is traditionally the level from where we have seen the markets bounce, at least off late. 24,200, 24,400, crucial zone out there. You pull up the 20 and the 50 DMA, you'll see that in that band itself, that's from where we have seen a bit of a bounce. So that's going to be an important level. Mangalam.
Absolutely. 24,400 is where the 50-day moving average is. In the recent past, the markets tested the upper end of the range, which is a little over the 100-day moving average. Let's see whether we have a test of the lower end as well. And on the previous Friday as well, the Nifty went to around 24,180 at the time when the 20-day moving average was 24,150 thereabouts. So maybe, there is case for some support as the 20-day moving average moving higher as well. All of this has meant that the India VIX has now moved towards that 15 mark. We'll keep an eye out on that index. Volatility was high yesterday as well. The India VIX was up around 10% and right now sitting with a up move of around 5.5% as well. But amidst all of this, a lot of stocks are doing a lot better. So, you have Zomato, which is up 2.5%, almost 3%. Paytm is the other one, which is up almost 3%. Oberoi Realty doing fairly well. So a bunch of stocks actually doing a lot better. The broader market's not falling as much as the frontline index. Shilpa Rao joins in for a quick technical check on the market. Shilpa, what's your hunch? Around the 24,400 mark, do we see some support or maybe the market breaks this?
Good morning, Nigel and Mangalam, and thank you for having me on the show. It is little, indecisive today. Of course, 24,200 definitely acts as a very strong support, and we saw that rally on Friday coming up very strongly from those zones. But for today, I believe, we might slip another 100 and 150 points, and might be that support around 24,200 will be where we might see some sort of turnaround. So for me right now, I'm still not very bullish on the turnaround right now. Probably a little more downside, then you can definitely expect some sort of bounce. Talking about Bank Nifty also has a good support around 52,800 to 52,500 zones. So again, a little more steep fall from here, and then you might, see some sort of, bounce back happening.
Okay, no, Shilpa, but will you buy this dip?
I would, like I said, maybe 24,200 would be my stop loss, a little more, maybe 100 points of downside for Nifty, and Bank Nifty, maybe a 200, 300 points on downside. Then you actually can go long. Bank Nifty, keep a stop loss of around 52,500 and Nifty, 24,200.
All right. And individual stocks?
I have one buy and one sell. The sell would be in Havels. Havels, if you see that, stock has resistance at around 1800 zones. So on any sharp upside towards 1800 can also be a level where you can go short from there and look for a targets of, probably 1650 to 1600. It is a little positional, but I believe Havels structure is little, sell on rise. The other one would be a buy. A buy would be in Lodha. Lodha is looking quite strong, but, a little downside or steep, little, bigger stop loss, probably around 1450 zones from here can act as a good support, and look for targets of 1580 to 1600, again little positional.
Would you have a view on Oberoi Realty? Because that stock too has done well over the last couple of trading sessions. Yesterday was up close to around 6%, up around 3% right now as well. Why Lodha over Oberoi Realty? Just trying to understand the chart positions.
It's just, as per option chain, if you see that, Lodha has been actually also surging from 1300 zones, very strongly towards 1500. But the setup in option chain is again, looking very strong. 1500, put writing is also very strong out there. The straddle is very aggressive. So if we sustain this 14, 18, 1500 mark, then again 100 points and 150 upside can come in very quickly.
All right, Shilpa, thank you so much for joining in, giving us your view on indices as well as individual stocks. Let's get you some more ideas of profit. Our colleagues from Money Control Pro join in with the stock. Madhuchanda Day joins in today.
The stock of Coforge has outperformed meaningfully in the past 1 year. While the acquisition-related uncertainty of Cigniti was a small blip, Coforge came back strongly with a strong surge in revenue in its organic business and a remarkable turnaround in Cigniti's performance. Cigniti, in fact, surprised positively both on the revenue and the margin front and is expecting further gains in its margin. Coforge is looking forward to cross-selling its own offering to Cigniti's client, and this should start meaningfully from the third quarter. The company has seen steady order inflow and is sitting on a very healthy order backlog, which gives very strong revenue visibility for the future. This is also corroborated by the strong addition to its headcount. The company is very positive on the demand environment and its BFS heavy portfolio should help. While the stock of Coforge is optically expensively valued, it remains a growth leader that should be added on any decline.
All right, with that, we slip into a short break. As we do that, let's introduce Growth Code Special, an initiative by CNBC-TV18 and Grow, with the aim of empowering investors, traders, and prominent investors and professional traders gathered at Grow's Trading Rights Summit on November 9th to share their valuable insights and strategies. Let's get you a snippet of what pro trader Subhashish Pani, the CEO of Power of Stocks, had to say about the importance of diversification. Let's listen in.
जीरो टू जीरो किसको बोला जाता है कि हाँ आपने एक बेट लगाया वो 100 टाइम ग्रो कर गया, 1 रुपए में खरीदा 200 में बेचा या 100 में बेचा ऑप्शंस के हिसाब से, ये हर दिन नहीं होगा। दैट्स व्हाई बोला जाता है कि नहीं, यू हैव टू डाइवर्सिफाई। 15-20 स्टॉक लो, उसको बाद 15-20 साल बैठो, उसके अंदर थोड़ा सा और एनालिसिस एंड ऑल डाल दिए, क्योंकि आप इस फील्ड में हो तो करना पड़ेगा, डाल दिए तो आपको 2-4 स्टॉक मिल गया, आपका लाइफ बन गया। अगर राकेश झुंझुनवाला जी को पता होता है कि टाइटन ही जो मल्टी बैगर है, आपको नहीं लगता घर बेच के सारा पैसा डाल देते? लेकिन क्या ये स्टॉक उस टाइम पे 100% श्योर थे? हाँ, साइजेबल बेट के लिए रेडी थे। क्यों? क्योंकि उनको लग रहा था दिस कैन बी द स्टॉक, मेरे 15 स्टॉक में से ये एक स्टॉक होना चाहिए। यस और नो? आपका जीरो टू जीरो मतलब ये होता है कि नहीं, 1 लाख मेरे पास है, डाल देते हैं, अगर 5 बना ठीक है, नहीं बना तो खत्म।
Welcome back. The Nifty's seen a pair of bounce back, about 20-30 points from the lows when we started the show today. It was closer to around that 24,400 mark. Now it's 30 points above that. And the mid-cap index also, which was anyway falling a lot less than the frontline indices, has moved into the green as we speak. Just a smidge, but a recovery is what we're seeing. Stocks that are doing well, more of the same. We did see the real estate stocks do well yesterday, and today that continues as well. An up move is what we're seeing on a lot of these names. But let's talk about Texmaco Rail. The company is backed an order worth nearly 187 crore rupees from the Chhattisgarh State Power Transmission Company. To discuss this order win and the business outlook at large, we have with us Indrajit Mukherjee. Thanks a lot, Indrajit, for joining in. A 187 crore order win. Just wanted to understand, in this quarter so far, what has been your order wins? What do you anticipate in the next couple of months? What's your target for this year?
You're referring to the current order that we have received?
Yes.
This is the part, just to start it, this is the part of one of our major division, which is doing the electrification work. Now, this order is about 187 crores. And the order book in this particular division goes to around 1,800 crores. That's the order book position right now. Is it a question that you asked me?
Yeah, that was one question. The larger question was, what is your current overall order wins in this quarter so far? And what's your outlook for the next couple of quarters?
I'm sorry for missing it out. It's about 8,200 crores is the current order book position. And as you know, that on a consolidated basis, every quarter we get something like about 1,000 crores of order that comes in, which includes our freight car, foundry, and all the divisions together. So currently, that's the going rate.
Okay, all right. Mr. Mukherjee, good morning and good to see you. Ben, just to clarify, 8,200 is the total order book and 1,800 crores is for which segment?
1,800 crores is the segment on the electrification and the railway. Yes, this is the segment which is growing very fast, and we are giving lots of focus to this.
All right. What about what about execution of these orders? Winning the orders is good. How do you see execution go out for this year? What should the revenue number look like? Out of that, how much of it will be from this electrification division? And for the next year as well, FY26, how do things shape up? Please go ahead.
I think this division is growing up in leaps and bounds. This particular year, I don't think it was going to be a great number, but we would be close to about 8 to 10% of our turnover. But we are expecting a phenomenal growth to come in the coming financial year because of the very high order book, and we have geared up our execution team to make it to happen.
This year you would do about what, 300, 350 odd crores? And
this is going to be around little higher than 350 crores. Yeah.
And next year, and the next couple of years?
Next couple of years, we are looking at a very phenomenal growth at the rate of somewhere at about 35 to 40%.
All right. And if we get it correct, electrification is the Kalindi division, right? Is it supposed to turn positive? Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
No, carry on.
So it was supposed to turn positive, right, on the EBIT front?
Yeah, actually, this is not really the Kalindi. We have two divisions. Okay. Kalindi basically works on the railway related EPC works like laying of tracks and signaling, etc. Whereas this is the one which works on the railway electrification. This is the division we call within our company as a bright power division. So this is also an acquisition that we made about 10 to 12 years back.
So which is the company that you're demerging? Are you demerging Kalindi and this together, or both of them would be separate? This one would be housed in your own business itself?
Our plan is to not to demerge this division. This division has been nurtured. Our plan is to demerge the Kalindi EPC division because of certain reasons of core competencies which we are looking at through our new division. So we are demerging the Kalindi, which is a railway EPC.
By when does it get demerged, sir? I missed that number. That date, if you give it to us.
Well, we are just starting the process of demerging, and it has to go through various regulatory clearances. So I would expect that initiate the work very quickly. But I think the whole process will take some time because it goes through the NCLT process.
Correct. So this, I think, roughly should take around a year or so, I think, from the time of starting. I think 4 quarters or...
I assume so. We are trying to do it faster, but I assume it may go in that region.
It's an EBIT negative business, right? By when does it turn positive?
It's not a negative business. You could say it's a break-even business.
Okay, it's a break-even business. We will keep an eye out on this demerger process, but good luck for, the execution of all the projects that you've won, the 1,000 crore per quarter order win run rate. May that continue, and the execution on the wagons business as well. Short on time, not on questions. So we'll probably, speak on the business of the wagons and all the other parts of your business on another occasion as well, when you perhaps win another order out there. That's Texmaco Rail up around 1.5%, 2% now as we speak. The management very positive on this electrification division itself. Take a short break, come back. On the other side, we have an exclusive conversation with Tata Soulful. We'll play you excerpts of that. Stay with us.
Well, as promised, let's move to a CNBC-TV18 exclusive. Tata Soulful, which focuses on the health and wellness food segment, is confident of double-digit growth in the future. CNBC-TV18 Shilpa Ranipeta began by asking the MD and CEO, Prashant Parmeshwaran, about Soulful's exponential growth since its acquisition around 3 years ago. Let's listen in to the conversation.
Since the acquisition itself, which is around 3 odd years ago, we've grown almost 4x, right? If not more, in fact, than 4x since our acquisition. So that's a very, very healthy sign that we've been really growing through our business. This year, we would be in a high double-digit growth numbers, and we expect this momentum to continue as well. What to me is interesting is the growth is driven both by our existing core range of products and also a lot of new innovations that we've brought to the party as well.
Right, makes sense. Prashant, talk to us a little bit about your plans for the rest of the fiscal. Now, this year you entered into a few new categories while also launching a few adjacent products. How much growth has come from this, and will we see you foraying into more categories in the rest of the fiscal?
We had launched into masala oats a year ago. Very, very happy that now we have become, the #2 player in flavored oats within 1 year of launch. So which is a very, very strong place for us to be. We have then further taken that proposition and started introducing new variants. What we have also then gotten into is 2 large categories, one in the kids space and the other in the adult space. The kids space, we got into the wafers category. As you can see, it's a large growing category. Interesting part is it is actually very, very deep in terms of it's not an urban skewed alone. It's also got a very large rural skew and tier 2, tier 3 skew as well. And then a project that we all love, which is the rusk. So we've launched a no maida rusk. So it's kind of, expansion within existing categories and then these new category expansions that we have done.
How big are these categories like rusk, wafers, etc.? And what's the kind of share that you're eyeing here, especially in the organized space?
In fact, so rusk is a very, very large category. 4,500 crores plus is this what we do as, I would just say, organized. There is an extremely large, unorganized, local, smaller player piece of business, high consumption. And in fact, I think there is a very, very large, strong opportunity. Great response last 4 months, good repeats, see a good, nice business. Early days, but I think an interesting place for us to work through. Similarly, wafers as well is a 700, 800 crore plus category, growing at double digits. Obviously, if we want to play in these categories, we want to have some decent size of presence. But I think, again, early days for me to say, exactly where we'll end up on share. But let me just say, if you have entered a category, we definitely want to be a meaningful player in there.
All right, with that, insight coming in on Tata Consumer and Tata Soulful, we'll wrap up on this edition of Chartbusters with the news that the mid-cap index has made some bit of recovery. It's above my head, 76 points odd, and the Nifty itself has recovered around 50-60 points from the lows. Leave it to the team of Trading Hour to take all the market action forward.